CCX Media. We are your connected community experience.
And welcome to Maple Grove for Northwest Suburban Conference Boys Soccer, as today the Crimson play host to the Elk River Elks on a sunny but cool and windy afternoon here at Maple Grove. I'm Jay Wilcox along with Sig Ligry. And Sig, it's been a very good season for Maple Grove. They were a state tournament team last year. They graduated some real key players from that team, but 7-1-1. We saw their only loss against Champlain Park earlier. They've been really on a nice roll since then and kind of looking to take care of business here this afternoon.
Yeah, I think they will probably do that. As you said, they've had a really good season. That one loss to Champlain Park that we saw earlier in the season, but they've been solid since then.
Elk River, meanwhile, looking for their first win of the year. They've had a couple of ties. And the Elks, their coach, Jorge Artavia, was telling us that, earlier in the season, we were defending fairly well. When we stay organized defensively, they were staying in games with really good teams. Now, they've had trouble scoring all year, but later on, they've been giving up more goals, and they kind of want to get back to playing the way they were earlier, get ready for playoff soccer a little bit. And that's what they're kind of hoping to do today against Maple Grove. They know they can't get into a shootout with this Crimson team, but they want to defend well. And there's a look at Jorge there, first year with as the head coach for the Elks. And he said, if we can stay organized defensively, right, do our assignments, just kind of stay in the game for a while.
Right. Yeah, and they are playing a 4-1-4-1, which he said that they may adjust depending on how things go with the game. They're going against a pretty solid Maple Grove team. But it should be an interesting match. The wind is a factor. It's going from left to right at we're guessing about 20 to 25 miles an hour gust. Sustained winds right at about 14 or 15. So the team that's going from left to right is going to have the advantage. Kick the ball from the goal area. It may go 60, 70 yards. Going the other way, not so much. It's going to be fighting that wind all the way. So the secret's going to be to keep the ball low trajectories so that it doesn't get hung up in the air, but we'll see how that goes. Otherwise, the pitch is in great shape. Nice sunny day. Humidity is low, so it's probably a great day for a soccer player. You want to be out there and move around, stay warm, but weather outside the wind, not a big factor.
Both teams with one game remaining after this one for Elk River. They'll be hosting Osseo, and a pretty tough one on the road at Andover for Maple Grove. So they want to continue to build, and regardless of the score in this game, they want to play well and get themselves ready to take on Andover. We'll take a time out here, and we will come back in just a moment to Maple Grove. The girls' game coming up later between the Elks and the Crimson. Maple Grove, Elk River boys soccer on the way next here on CCX.
When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. Now anything but lonely.
We have this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
Julia, are you ready to play band with us? I'm going to play my clarinet.
And Elmo's going to play his drum.
Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
Mm-hmm. With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music.
Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
150 over 90.
180 over 111.
160 over 110. I had a stroke.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life. Lowering them could save you from having a stroke. If you've stopped your treatment plan, restart it or talk to your doctor about creating one that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
It took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school. My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
They both keep me motivated to go to school, and they see that if I do it, they can do it too, I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
I am what hunger looks like in America. I am an 8-year-old girl who's not excited for the last day of school. Because this may be the last time I'll have lunch.
Till September.
I am a single father of 2 who works 3 part-time jobs, and that's still not enough to put food on the table. I was created by artificial intelligence from faces of the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger.
Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah, Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens. I surrender, I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
Yeah! Sam, Elmo!
Oh, hey, Julia. Are you ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
Mm-hmm. With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
And welcome back here to Maple Grove as we get set to begin tonight's contest. Maple Grove in black and Elk River in the white as the Crimson possess first, and here we go. Work it up the left side there. Teddy Miller getting the pass and then knocked away briefly there from Chidera Anyamele. Crimson get it right back though. As you can look at the starters for Coach Artavia and the Elks, they're missing a few guys here today, so not a particularly long bench for the Elks. And their numbers overall in their program probably not quite where some of the teams like Maple Grove are, just throughout their program too, have been struggling a little bit. So battle for it in the air here. It's sent out a play by Elk River. It'll be a throw here for Vincent Guadagno for the Crimson as he'll turn it back. That ball does get through at midfield there. To the outside now for Levi Dunlop. Gets a step. Dunlop cutting it to the middle. Got that pass off, and then it's knocked away. And you see Elk River very much sinking back in with a lot of defenders.
Yeah, they've only got one player up on top. Everybody else is back on defense.
Teddy Miller threading that ball through. Chris Franz trying to get it back and does. Now goes to Miller with it. Lofted in, and here's the header that's going to bounce over and be scooped up there by Raymond Sizen for Elk River. Coach said, he's done what he can to try and hold them in a lot of games. I mean, they've just struggled to score much, so they've been having to defend a lot, but he's done a solid job for them. A turnover there, but then taken right back. Kebajena gaining control here for the Crimson. Trying to get a step on the defender there. Got the cross away, but broken up. A step up by Max Barty, but then it's banged right back out toward midfield. Connor Fournier controlling for the Crimson. Sending one up their right side, and then that one is drilled way up and out of play. Throw coming here for Maple Grove. Quickly triggered in there by Guadagno. Another throw coming for Maple Grove.
Well, it doesn't matter how you move the ball as long as you get down there.
Crimson co-head coach Greg Leininger telling us, you know, when our team shares the ball, we're pretty good, and we've known Greg for a long time, and he's not
one to say.
He's not somebody to brag up his team very often, but he's pretty happy with this group overall. You know, he knew that there were some holes to fill coming in, but he said we're when we play well, when we share the ball, when we're playing together, we're pretty good. And a little pass there, Max Barty trying to send it left, and just had to hold up a little bit to avoid being offside, as you can look at Coach Leininger and along with Justin Turner, their head coaches.
And there's Justin. A little cold down there.
Sent back here to Waldron. Yeah, I think the players,
they're
like
fine.
you said, yeah, running around is not so bad, but it's when you're sitting, and that I think might affect substitution too. You don't want guys sitting for a long period of time after they come out, and they're obviously probably going to throw on a jacket right away too to try to not lose that body heat from playing.
Right, but they're playing in the sunshine and moving around, so the players on the pitch are actually doing fine.
For the later game, it'll be.
That's not going to be the case.
Yeah, presumably a fair amount colder. At this time of year, obviously, the temperature drops pretty rapidly when the sun goes down.
Yeah, the big question is how long is that wind going to be a factor? Maple Grove moving the ball well.
Yeah, Humphrey, that one bangs off a defender, and Dunlap now trying to run it down.
And that gets poked out to be a throw-in.
Rodano with the throw in here, coming back toward Damon Humphrey. He's got some space with that left foot, crossing it there. Elks trying to get a clear, and they do. Header flick to the outside. They go back with it toward Fournier there. Barty distributing. That pass intercepted, but then quickly taken back by Dunlap. You can see a little bit of it. Seems like an overall speed edge for Maple Grove. They're getting to these balls quickly. Drop back here toward Barty, and now Humphrey. And that'll be a foul call there as Cody.
Just a little bit over the back.
Yep, tripped up there. It was for the Elks, Parker Mathewson called there. So Humphrey taking the free kick right into the box there. Headed over, and scooped up nicely there. Sizen getting to it. Maple Grove, couple headers in a row connecting there, and Miller was trying to get to that one. He's a defender, but was up into the middle there and looking to try and get a header to go. If he had been able to just get to that ball, might have been able to loft it past the keeper.
Battle for possession held by the Crimson as they start their march back.
Barty sending it, and then the return pass was behind him, and support behind him by Miller, and he plays a nice ball to Franz. Out to the outside, Jenna. Keba Jenna will drop it back. And Yamelli sending it to Humphrey, keeps it moving. Now they give it back to Barty. And a nice step up though to knock that one away.
A little bit of a collision there, but no foul called.
Crimson get it right back. Miller going to Jana, hemmed in there by 3, so he'll dish it back to Barty. Now Humphrey. Maple Grove, it's always interesting, to see how do you attack something. Like they're not seeing a lot of pressure out high, so you feel like, oh, we've got some room and some time. But then obviously there's a lot of defenders, 4 or 5 defenders stacked. Getting through that last wave is what you have to kind of be, play a thinking game. And so far they've done a pretty good job. They've passed the ball around nicely, but hasn't really resulted in any great chances just yet.
No, they got 2 shots, 1 on goal. That was a header. Looking over at our ace statistician. Mr. Markham.
Throw here for Maple Grove. Going to bring it into Adit Srinvatsan and played it back to Waldrum.
Boy, you can see the wind knock that ball down.
Nice play to get back to it there by France, and he will send it back. Audit dropping it to the middle to Humphrey.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want to see as a coach. You see the entire team moving in unison. Everybody in their position, playing 4 across.
Dunlap cutting it to the middle. He'll take that shot and juggled. Ooh, almost spun away there from Sizen. The good news, though, for the Elks is that there was nobody within range to get there for a rebound. And so Sizen with the stop. This one turned out to be a little trickier than it, it didn't look like it had a lot on it, but the placement was good.
Yeah, the placement, it would have gone inside that near post, so good grab by Sizen.
Header flick there by Samuel Lillestrand. Not a whole lot of possession time for the Elks just yet, and that, somewhat by design, I think, because the way they know that they're going to have to play defensively here. They're not looking to come out and match up one-on-one with Maple Grove all over the field. It just wouldn't turn out well for them if they played it that way.
Yeah, I would expect Maple Grove to be a little bit at an advantage on their counter if they were given that open field.
Tried to send it upfield, and then Isaac Kraft knocking it back, but Humphrey gets it right back. Humphrey looking to get a little space, now makes a move to the middle, and a nice sliding tackle there. Humphrey's a little bit shaken up. He was met there by the Elks' Mathewson. Dunlap trying to get a step and go there, and then there's another takeaway. Elks string together a couple of nice passes, but then
nice.
Miller jumps in to take it. Miller looking for space, and that one knocked down. And Elk River player shaken up.
Yeah, when they get a stoppage, he's getting up. Didn't catch his number, but we'll get that in a second.
Humphrey will dish it back. Swing it out left here now for Miller. Gonna go up the line with that one. It hit a defender. It'll be a throw for Maple Grove. Barty now. Humphrey will let that one go all the way through to the right side as they keep it moving. Guadagno sending it Dunlap. Barty trying to go back to Humphrey, and he lofts one that goes up and over the top. He's got a strong left-footed shot, trying to thread that one under the crossbar and got a little too much on it, so a goal kick here for Elk River. Isaac Kraft will kick this one for the Elks. Strong header by Barty. And Jana sending it out to Anyameli. Humphrey is going to come back with it to Fournier, and they keep it moving. Pass was knocked down. They'll try again here. And there's a takeaway here by Amos Jabori for Elk River. Nice ball
feed
ahead, but the D catches up, and Guadagno able to run him off that one. Is really first real push offensively. It was a nice takeaway, and then Jabori sending it ahead. But
it had a nice through ball, and then just the defense got there, like you said, just nice and fast, be able to thwart that one. Clear the best offensive set for the Elks. Here comes a shot way high.
Really got underneath that one as Matheson tried to line it up from some distance there. Humphrey receiving the pass, and that one out front a little too far as Guadagno was not expecting that one where it came. So here's Jabori looking to get a step.
Being outnumbered like 1-3, now 1-4.
Yeah, he didn't have a lot of good options there no matter what he did, and then he kind of hesitated, which really took away any chance to get a cross into the middle there.
Yeah, the defenders were already on their way over.
Franz will give it to Humphrey. Humphrey looking to send it long toward Jana, and all the way out near the top of the box. Sizen will come out to grab it up. I think in a lot of ways, Elk River, I mean, most of the play has been in their end, but they're kind of doing what they want to do and need to do against Maple Grove. They're allowing a lot of possession, but not a lot of quality chances.
And they've also shown that they can be very dangerous up on top.
Miller's pass deflected out of there. We'll get a throw here for Miller. Jana flicking it to the outside. Oh, it's going to be a foul call against Keba. And he felt that he was pushed, but the referee said otherwise. So, it might have been an offside perhaps anyway. Kraft will take this one for Elk River. Guadagno, a nice header. Now the Crimson, here we go with Jana. Forces it to the outside, keeps possession there. Now we'll send it across. Got all the way past though as Anyamale trying to run it down. He'll go back to Miller. Miller crossing it here. Here's the header by Dunlop. Great idea, pretty good execution. I mean, it had enough to get to the goal, but it ended up being slowed down quite a bit, and Sizen was able to react and get to it. But that's a heck of a setup there either way.
There's the ball coming in. Nice header shot there, just a little bit too high. But expect to see that that play more than once in this match.
Jana, nice touch on that one to the outside. Let's see who they hit last year. It will be Maple Grove's throw. Guadagno going to throw it in quick here. Tried to go right back to him. It was jabbed away, and it'll be Elk River throw, it looks like. Yep.
Yeah, I thought it was Elk River. Defender came over there and struck the ball against the foot and over the touchline.
Pass ahead to Jana here, looking to turn and go with it. Tried to send that one through to Anyamale, but it was blocked. I think it was a good test for Maple Grove too, to just, okay, how do you not get frustrated playing a team that's really going to drop back and defend hard against you, and how do you keep probing and working till you get good shots? You know, you might look again at the record and say, well, this isn't going to be a good test, but in terms of facing a team that's looking to just slow you down, I think that is a good test.
Yeah, it really is. As we said before, they're bringing everybody back on defense, and so far they have not given a really good quality shot up to the Crimson. And as you said earlier, Maple Grove having a plethora of players on the bench to substitute, but they got enough players on the bench to form another team.
Christian Lodholtz coming into the match along with Isaiah Silver. And one more swap. We'll get that number for you in a moment as call goes against the Crimson there. We'll get a free kick for Elk River out near midfield.
They're waiting for their players to get set before they strike the ball. Here it comes.
Austin Eireich sending it ahead. Broken up there. Carter Sheard was the third sub in, number 9 there. He got first touch on that ball for the Crimson. Lillestrand sending it across, but that one nicely taken by Guadagno. They really like this freshman, Vincent Guadagno. Now banged long here, and the race is on. Lodeholt's trying to get to it. Both players go down.
I think they both tripped on the ball at the same time. Able to go picking up the pace a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that they want to do is if they get a turnover, catch them in transition a little bit more. I mean, yes, you want to be patient, but, you know, that one looked like a foul there. No, play on. Clean. Lodeholt's a little slow to get up, but is able to do so. Now Humphrey. Bouncing one through, but that one was picked off there by Jerome Uche. Gabori getting a return pass here. Nice little move with it. Trying to send one through, and it does get there. Not a lot of help at the moment, though, for Marco Zelaya. Will be a throw, though, for Elk River. And, you know, again, I think Elk River has done very much what they've wanted to do so far in this first half. They've
stay in the game.
Yeah,
keep them off the board.
They have done a solid job for a team that, you know, even though it's a shorter season this year and everything, it can get discouraging when you're not having results in terms of win-loss. But they, at least in the early going of this one, it certainly does not appear that they've, you know, kind of packed it in. Here's a shot and a one-hopper there as Jabori got a pretty decent attempt. Not terribly difficult save for Waldrum, but still a good quality shot there for Elk River. A little trip there and a foul call against the Elks. So free kick here for Maple Grove. There's a look at Jorge Artavia taking over this year as the head coach for the Elks. Chipped in here, Sheard chasing it down and got to it. Sheard now, well, volley went out front. Barty redirect, but didn't have a whole lot on it, and Sizen able to grab it up. But again, Maple Grove, I think, you know, you're seeing them attempting a few different ways to kind of probe that defense there, and that one worked pretty well.
I think I try and pull those defenders out just a little bit so they can get a couple of passes or some maybe a deflection.
Cross to Miller. Eddie Miller coming up the left side. He is met and met well there. Nice step up by Lillestrand for Elk River. It'll be a throw, though, for the Crimson. Kind of a dangerous one, going way back with it to Fournier.
Yeah, especially with Gaborio right there.
Fournier surveying things here. He's going to try and send it long there for France. Oh, a little miss hit by the Elks, and then a handball call against Elk River. So a free kick here for Maple Grove as France will line it up, or is Humphrey going to come to take it instead?
Yeah, it's 25 yards out. They're going to play guessing game. First we have to get the obligatory 10-yard. There we go. Center referee John Norstad setting that up.
France looking to hook one, ooh, and just missed. Trying to sneak that one in, take advantage of the keeper having to shade over for a possible pass there, and tried to hook it into the top corner, didn't quite hit it.
Actually, that was a very good idea because the keeper has to look into that sun. So anything from this side with that kind of an arc is going to be dangerous.
Battle for it along the line. It'll be a throw for the Crimson as Miller will come up to take it. Flick to the middle and then banged out of there. Jabori got the pass away, and a little bit of numbers up for the Elks. Guadagno, though, looks like he's going to get to this one first. And tried to bang it out off of the Elk River player, Zelaya, but couldn't. So it'll be a throw for the Elks. Nice little return pass, and Zelaya will bounce one in on net. Waldrum the save for the Crimson. They like his progress too. Obviously today, maybe not going to face a ton of shots, presumably, but they feel like he's been pretty solid in goal.
That's kind of a coach's dream when your team starts to gel and really understand each other, understand what they have to do and where they're going to be on a pass.
Miller giving it back to Franz.
Franz surveying to see where he's going to place it, gets to the outside.
Looking there for Isaiah Silver, and a nice takeaway though. Franz trying to win that ball back, and he does so. And then jabbed away from him by Zelaya. Throw for Elk River. Lofted upfield here. Kraft over there for Elk River, and a throw for Maple Grove. Elks thought it was going to be there. It's hard to tell if that, it's almost like everybody stopped before the ball had really gone out. So where exactly it went out of play there was a little questionable. Silver dropping it back. Guadagno now to Humphrey. Humphrey will hook one up front. Good header though to break that up. Back into the box it comes. Trying to get it out of there was Mathewson. Now to the outside, Zelaya. Looking to send one long. And here's an opportunity. Jabori coming in. Oh, a nice recovery by Fournier. Looked like that was almost a breakaway there. And Jabori, just as he lined it up, had his shot blocked. Whew.
That's the other player we were talking to the coach about before the game. Fournier really coming along well on the program. Here you see it. Turn on the afterburners, get to the ball, make the play. Excellent
and there's another opportunity here. And this is going to be a penalty kick, I think for the Elks. Yes, Jabori. So here's another look at what leads to this. If we can see the high bouncer, Jabori getting to it, and then collides with the keeper, and the penalty kick will be awarded to Elk River. So
surprise, surprise.
Yeah, Amos Jabori will get a chance to put the Elks in the lead.
Walden trying to figure out where he's going to have to go.
Here's Jabori with the PK, and he scores. Elk River on the board. So a penalty kick goal for the Elks just after they'd had a near breakaway chance blocked, and Jabori didn't let it bother him as he calmly puts this one away.
Yep, nonchalant.
Holden Waldrum kind of guessed right, and those are tough. I mean, obviously, you kind of more or less the shooter has to hit you with the ball. It's pretty hard to stop.
Yeah, the advantage is pretty high on the shooter because he knows where he's going to go, and the goalkeeper has to guess.
So kind of a dream first half for the Elks. Not only have they kept Maple Grove off the board, they get an opportunity and able to convert on a penalty kick. So 1-0 Elk River. Got away there from Humphrey.
We'll see how the Crimson respond. I don't think they're going to panic. They're going to play the game.
Back out Fournier, sending one up. Oh, just knocked away from Jenna. And then banged out of there. Knocked back to Waldrum, the keeper, and he'll keep it moving over and see if Guadagno can get there. He cannot. It'll be a throw for Elk River.
Ouch. Hope that's not a big price to pay for that one on the turnover, but it gives the Elks an opportunity.
Fournier sending it long up the middle. Cabagena runs it down. Now Franz. Dunlap, and then drops it back to Humphrey, and Humphrey, oh, the return pass just missed. Guadagno will have the throw here for Maple Grove, so I doubt they expected this to be trailing at 1-0 against a team that's at the bottom of the conference with no wins coming in. But boy, that's why every game counts, and you have to come out and show up to play. Not that they've played poorly, they just haven't been able to get through that defense and get any really great quality chances.
It's very similar to what we saw the other day with Providence and St. Paul Academy, where Providence was playing really tough defense and the SPA just could not penetrate.
Dunlap has that one come all the way through to him. Now getting to the outside, left-footed shot. Ooh, and fought off there by Sizen. Dunlap made something out of nothing there. He was going 1 against 2, but he did a good job of pulling that ball to the outside, and then it looked like it wasn't going to be a very good angle for a shot, but he got plenty on this.
Yes, he did. It was a tough angle, but that was right at the goal area. So Sosnin making a pretty good save on that one.
Humphrey giving it to Franz. Little space here. Try to go through to Humphrey and then knocked out of there. Good step up by Guadagno to win that ball back. Now Anyamelli playing it toward Jenna. Jenna being marked up there by Isaac Kraft, and Kraft forced the turnover. And then it'll be a throw for Elk River. Kraft got dinged up a little bit there as Jenna tried to take that ball back. Guadagno getting his foot up on that one, but it goes back out of play. Oh, it's going to be a throw for Maple Grove. It was not out yet, and the Elk River player ended up grabbing it. Little battle for it here. Guadagno trying to turn and knock it off the line off an Elk River player, but didn't get it done. It'll be a throw instead for the Elks. Throw in there by Mathewson. Now it'll come back toward Humphrey. And they're going to send it for Waldrum. Humphrey playing it ahead and gets the pass right back. Jenna coming to meet that ball, trying to find Miller, but well defended there. Jumping in was Cody Paulson for the Elks. It'll be a throw here for Maple Grove as we are under 10 minutes to play now in the first half. Elk River looking to pull an upset, and they lead it 1-0. This one gets through to Jenna, bounces around a little bit. Handball called against Maple Grove, so it'll be Elks dodging a bullet there a little bit as that ball sent nicely into scoring area there, but it bounced up and hit Jenna in the hand. Littlestand dropping it back toward Paulson, but then out of play. Maple Grove looking to quickly attack here. Franz. And they couldn't clear. Barty the shot, and it'll sail just up and over the top. So a goal kick here for Elk River. That was one of the rare, really, complete turnovers that they've given up right there.
Yes. Elk River with the wind at its back. Gets that ball way downfield.
Here's Dunlop now turning back for the Crimson.
They like that right side, don't they?
Yeah, and Dunlop getting that pass away. Anyamale keeps it moving. Jana trying to fight to get to it. Anyamale back. Humphrey across, and that one, the header by Franz going over the top. But you can see Maple Grove trying to pick up the pace and really keep that ball moving so the defenders can't just kind of lock in on them.
Yeah, and again, there was a nice forward pass going to the other forward for the header attempt. So Maple Grove getting closer and closer, but just not able to put one in yet.
That header mishit a little bit. Kabajana down with it. Try to go to Franz. Zelaya getting to it for the Elks. It'll be a throw for Maple Grove. Guadagno quickly throws it into Jana. And then didn't quite connect with Franz. It'll be a throw for the Elks.
That's an unforced turnover.
Dunlop finding some space here. Anyamale able to win that ball back out to the outside. Here's Franz looking to shoot. Nice little move. Now he's going to drop that pass back. Guadagno will look to serve one in. Cleared, but not all the way out of danger. Here's a shot and a low two-hopper there by Audit Srivansan for the Crimson, and Sizen coming out to smother that one. That was not a real easy opportunity there.
No, it wasn't.
High bouncer going over everyone there. Nice play in traffic for the Elks by Littlestrand, and now they keep it moving up their left side. Jabori, who has the only goal of the match on a penalty kick, chasing after that one. Waldrum will get there, though, for the Crimson. Swinging it out toward Humphrey, but Tristan Borum there to bother him. Now Anyamale coming back to meet that one. Playing it for Humphrey. Demon Humphrey drops it back, but broken up. Kraft jumped in to take it, but the Crimson get it right back. Anyamale playing it over toward Dunlop. He has a little room, cutting it to the middle. Now gets the shot, but didn't get a lot on it with the left foot. And Sizen able to scoop it up with no difficulty there for the Elks. But again, like Sig said a moment ago, Maple Grove kind of starting to put things together a little more and a little more, and you get the feeling they're zeroing in on at least getting some golden opportunities here.
Yeah, the last 3 times down, they've had some good shots, good quality shots. And that last one, it was a good quality shot, but didn't have much mustard on the kick.
Played up the line by Paulson, but it'll go out of play. Throw for Maple Grove. Guadagno is going to come back to his keeper here as Waldrum survey the field a little bit. Sent up the middle. Franz then with the header over to Anyamale. And now Dunlop following up. Clean tackle there by Kraft. It'll be a throw for Maple Grove. And Dunlop's a little bit shaken up.
And now he's down on the field. The referee calling for the trainer. It says left ankle or left leg.
See if we can see there. Ooh, got taken down. He kind of made his way back up, but
Yeah,
he just couldn't put any weight on it. And just kind of slowly sat back down. So certainly hope it's nothing too serious. He's having a little trouble. He's able to walk off on his own power, but not walking real strong and confident right now, at least. Nathan Peters will come in to replace him.
And I'm sure the Crimson would like to get him back as soon as they can. He was very effective on the far side.
Couple little passes connect before it's knocked away. It'll be a throw for Maple Grove here. Obviously they would ideally like to tie it up by halftime if they could, but that's going to be easier said than done. Elk River's continuing to defend pretty well. Cross to Miller, and now he'll serve one out front. Elk's trying to get it clear here, and now they will just hammer it on out. Fournier watching this one roll all the way out. The wind that time pushing it up the field, but also pushing it out for a throw-in. It's interesting if you're Maple Grove right now in that you want to have a sense of urgency in a way, but you still want to stay calm and keep seeing the field and not start to just fire shots from any old spot either. There's a nice pass ahead. It snuck through. Anyamale will turn to go get it. Gets the pass away, and then they try to go to Jana there as Peters tried to find him. Off of Franz's chest. Barty. Now Humphrey. Had it jabbed away. And one back briefly by Franz as he does battle there with Maldonado. Miller will send it up for Jana up the left side. And there's Kraft stepping in to hammer it there. Thinking on a couple of those Elk River, I mean, to their credit, they were trying not to panic and, handle the ball nicely, but on a couple I was thinking it might not be the prettiest thing to do, but they may need to just start hammering the ball out of there a little bit more than what they're doing. They were giving Maple Grove another chance by turning it over out, at the 30 or so.
Right. And you can't do that forever against Maple Grove. They've got too much firepower.
Fournier with the header. Now Miller receiving the pass here. Still 1-0 Elk River. They're, by the numbers coming in, certainly had to be considered the heavy underdog there. No wins and a couple of ties. Now here to the outside. Fournier crosses it, and that one is knocked out. It'll be a corner kick coming up for the Crimson. Maple Grove 7-1-1 coming in, but it's Elk River leading it. Humphrey will line it up for the corner kick here. Comes low to the short side. It's off a body and then knocked away. It's sent back into the box and then drilled out. It'll be a throw for Elk River. Zelaya sending it up. Fournier turns and knocks it back out. It'll come right back to Zelaya. Miller with the header for the Crimson. Now Audit sending it ahead to Humphrey. He is going to bang it long. Jana on one side, Anyamale on the other, but it comes to the keeper instead.
Sison taking his time. Nice deep punt here. We're just about to wrap up the first half.
Didn't get a lot of that one though, but
handball advantage called.
Jana rolling one, and that one grabbed up. Sison really could have let that one go. I'm kind of surprised he played it, although maybe he wasn't sure if it had hit a teammate's foot.
Yeah, if you're not sure, dive on it.
Flicked ahead, and that'll eat up the remaining time in the first half. Well, Elk River, we said coming in, certainly the underdog, but they are ahead at halftime. I'm going to go by that guy, Amos Jabori, and a penalty kick goal for the Elks. So our score at halftime, Elk River 1, Maple Grove 0. We'll take a look at first half highlights and then have our second half of soccer here on CCX.
Hi, I'm John Jacobson from CCX Media, and this is our production truck that we roll out of our garage hundreds of times each year. Now, we use this for corporate events, concerts in the park, and other music events, city parades, and of course, over 150 high school games here in the northwest suburbs that we televise each year. Let's go take a tour now of what this truck looks like on the inside. Now let us show you some of the equipment that is involved in putting together a TV broadcast here at CCX, starting with our video production switcher. Now this is where our director will sit during a game or an event that you may be watching online or on our channel. He'll be here pushing the buttons, switching cameras when you watch a game and see it go from one shot to another. That all happens here, where he has to punch a certain button to get to another camera or to call up a replay, bring in a graphic. All of that happens here through the production switcher. This is our video replay system that we use at CCX. Now, our replay operator will sit near the director, and he or she will be able to see all the video that were being inputted from our different cameras and be able to find the best replays. And when you watch a game and we replay a great play that just happened and analyze it on TV, it all happens here, and the replay operator has to be quick on their feet and pick out which shot is the best, and oftentimes we'll have multiple replays of a great basket or touchdown or whatever it is. And that person can see all the different replay options they have from the cameras that we have set up. They can also build video highlight packages that will run at halftime or at the end of a game or between periods of a game, depending on the sport, and other video pieces. It all happens here at the replay system. As important as video is to a television production, so too is audio. And this is the board that our audio engineers will sit at during a telecast, during one of our games. They control the mic levels and the mics themselves for the announcers of a game that you might be watching. They can also play music, say under some of those replays that we talked about before, or going into a break, just by hitting a number of different music selections that we have up here. Also, any commercials that play, the audio for those commercials will play out of this board as well. So a very important component of what we do here at CCX during our productions. Our truck also supports 5 broadcast quality cameras with full control here in the truck of the color, brightness, and a variety of other things that make that video rich to you at home. Finally, this is our graphics station. This is where our graphics operator will sit during a game, bringing up graphics, say a player's name during a game, maybe their statistics to that point, full screen graphics as we call them, with high school rankings or standings, as well as what we call the score bug. And that is when you turn into a game wanting to know what the score is, how much time is left. It's right there on your screen pretty much all the time. That happens here at this station as well. So graphics, obviously a huge part of watching a game or an event that we produce here at CCX. So there you have it. Now you know a little bit more about what goes into the production of a CCX event. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'm John Jacobson.
Welcome back here to Maple Grove as the Crimson, maybe somewhat surprisingly, trailing Elk River 1-0 at halftime here of the boys contest. as we take a look at the standings so far in the Northwest Suburban, as we're just about to the end of the regular season. Champlain Park's had a great year. Blaine also having a very solid season. They tied with Maple Grove, and Crimson with the one loss to Champlain Park and then the tie with Blaine. And they've got Andover still ahead. But first things first, they got to be looking at trying to come back and win this game against an Elk River team that's all the way at the bottom of the standings. We see the second page along with Osseo. So obviously, by the records and by all the numbers, this one would be quite a surprise if Elk River was able to pull it off. And we'll show you how this first half of play went. Maple Grove, no doubt, had the better of the possession time. Yes. And had the ball in Elk River's end a lot. However, that didn't lead to great opportunities necessarily. And that kind of typified what a lot of has happened for them there. They passed the ball well, but getting through that last wave of Elk River defense hasn't been happening all that often.
Yeah, Elk River's been really piling up the defense. They have 10 players back there in the box area. It's very difficult for Maple Grove to navigate through that. I don't. Maybe they'll try to draw the defense out a little bit in the second half, so they get some shots. You see, Elk River had one play right there for the PK.
Yeah, Jabori not hesitating there and able to put that one away. That one came 66 minutes in, so there's a little miscue, and there was an opportunity for the Crimson. They did start to later in the half get some more opportunities like that the passing was good, and they made some good attempts, but just not quite able to put anything past Raymond Sizen so far. As you see, they've kind of dominated the stats, but still trailing it.
Yeah, the good news is the Crimson have good numbers on their side, 12 shots, 7 on goal, 4 fouls, and 1 corner kick. Elks have 3 shots, 2 on goal, 3 fouls, and 0 corners, but they have the only other number that counts is the big 1 on the scoreboard.
So we'll see what the Crimson do to get things going and keep generating chances and maybe put a couple away. Elk River, they got to be feeling really good about the way this first half has gone. As you see, Levi Dunlap, a little ice bag on that left ankle. We'll come back with our second half of soccer. It is Elk River trying to pull an upset, leading Maple Grove 1-0 here at halftime.
It is normal, even healthy, to feel stress. But the coronavirus has many people worried about health, work, and the future. That stress can add up and make you sick. Some signs of too much stress are sleeping too much or not enough, eating too much or not enough, headaches, stomach aches, or rashes, and feelings of disbelief, fear, or irritability. If you find yourself with any of these symptoms, take a break to just breathe. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Repeat this 4-7-8 breathing pattern 3 to 4 times. For more mental health resources, visit NAMI.org/coronavirus.
You told me not to talk to strangers. You told me not to cross the street without looking both ways.
You told me not to touch the stove. You told me not to do drugs. You told me not to drink and drive.
You gave me so many messages about how to stay safe. Why didn't you keep me safe by properly storing your gun?
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back here to Maple Grove as the Crimson Boys trailing Elk River 1-0 at halftime. The girls' game will come up later here, 7 o'clock start. And we'll have that one for you on CCX as well. Maple Grove, I don't think played poorly, as you see the in that first half, but just got to find a way to get a little bit higher quality shots and put a couple away. But Elk River doing very much what their game plan was coming in, and it hasn't been that they've been just completely sitting back playing D either, though. They haven't gotten a lot of opportunities, but they've made some good created them into chances when they have. Nice return here. Kebajana, it got out front of him just a little too much, though. And Kraft banged it out of play off of Jana. So a goal kick here for Elk River.
We were talking during the half that maybe one of the things Maple Grove may want to entertain is to take some of those 15, 25-yard shots. Let Humphrey rip a few and see if he can get a rebound or a score. Because as we were saying, trying to finesse the last 10 yards has been really difficult against those 10 defenders for Elk River.
Jabori dropping it back. Zelaya sending it ahead. And they'll let that one roll through to Waldrum. Jabori giving chase, but couldn't get there.
Yeah, they need to be a little bit quicker on those passes because Jabori, as we know, has a tremendous amount of speed.
Knocked back upfield. Jabori trying to go get it. And what he's been able to do out here is even more impressive when you realize that most of the time he's the only forward up in their alignment.
Right.
So
Exactly.
when he goes to get it, he's got to either make the play himself or wait for help. And obviously holding the ball until teammates can run up and join you isn't the easiest thing in the world to do. So he's had an impressive game beyond just scoring the only goal. And that one's going to be a throw-in for the Crimson as it goes over the touchline right near the corner there. Guadagno will throw it in here. Obviously the sun's a little bit of a factor here for a keeper, having to look up at it too for a little bit more here. That net is in quite bright sunlight yet. Here's Humphrey trying to get to the middle. Steps by a player, now turns, shoots, and it gets deflected, and the short hop there by Sizen.
And that's that left-footed shot that we've seen Humphrey have before.
Sizen and the wind knocking this one down. We'll see how much, having the wind in this half will help Maple Grove perhaps. It didn't seem to be maybe as big of a factor as I thought it would be in the first half, but
no, it didn't.
It's strong enough that certainly on long free kicks it can be, or goal kicks, it can be a factor for sure. Throw here for Maple Grove. Teddy Miller going to come back with it to Barty. Dunlap is not in the game to begin the second half, as we saw an ice bag on his ankle. So perhaps maybe done for the day. We'll see. Back out it comes, and they chip it. Sprinting after it here. Carter Sheard able to bank it out off an Elk. It will be a throw for Maple Grove.
Carter Sheard throwing for the Crimson, taken by number 4. Vincent.
Right along the line, Guadagno chipping one. And that's going to be a goal kick.
Yeah, try to keep it in play, but ran out of real estate.
Isaac Kraft getting set to put his foot to this one here for Elk River. Would have been interesting to kind of be a fly on the wall what they were saying at halftime, because obviously coming into this, you're probably realistically not necessarily expecting to be ahead, but you don't want to get like too overexcited when it's only halfway through the game either, and you want to stay composed and playing your game plan like you did in the first half. You
Right.
don't want to start to get visions in your head already of, wow, how great would this be if we pull off this upset or whatever.
Yeah.
You just want to keep doing the things that got you this lead.
Oh, absolutely. You don't want to get greedy at this stage. They're doing the same thing in the second half as they did in the first with their multi-people defense.
Back to Humphrey, and he'll swing it over now to Guadagno. Barty able to get to that ball. Kept it alive and now played back here. Elk's in a little bit of a tough spot, and that'll just be knocked out of play by Kraft. So a throw here for Maple Grove. Guadagno will volley one out high. Jana shielding off a defender. And then that ball cleared. That's going to be a foul call against Maple Grove. As just as that ball was being cleared, a little bit of a late arrival there knocked Paulson down. And as Miller tried to win the ball back, it will be a free kick here for Elk River. Really kind of a good example, Sig, that you don't count on just by record, that a win's automatic for one team or the other. And it may still very well turn out that Maple Grove puts a couple away, but either way, right now they're definitely getting a scare. Regardless of what happens for the rest of the game, this Elk River team has come to play.
Yeah, and the players know that, but they have to keep their composure, and they got to figure out how to get past all these white jerseys.
Humphrey sending it ahead, but Kraft broke that up. To the outside, Anyamale will track it down. Trying to get a step and go there, but a nice play to break it up. And we will get a throw here for Elk River. And a push call there. It will be a free kick for the Elks. Kind of reiterates what we've always talked about these last few years. The Northwest Suburban, not too many nights off. I mean, you're going to get a challenge. I think, maybe even more so on the boys' side than the girls, that even the teams that are at the bottom of the standings generally are still going to give you a pretty good game. Long race for this one here. Boy, Jana really turned on the speed, but it'll be a corner kick upcoming. He did a good job of putting pressure on by running hard there. So Humphrey will take the corner here for Maple Grove. And again, we said for Sizen, the sun is still an issue to contend with a little bit here too.
A little bit too far.
Bounces all the way to the other side. Anyamale trying to line it up for a shot. Now volley to the front. Knocked around a bit. Humphrey puts it out front, and they are able to turn and clear. Barty chipping it up the line. Good hustle by Sheard.
That's the second time we've seen Sheard in this half, coming down there to keep that ball in play.
This will be a goal kick, though, for Elk River, as the Crimson couldn't quite keep it alive for a second time there. Kraft will boot it. There's Barty hustling after it, but then recovered there for the Elks by Maldonado. Jabori has it jabbed away by Fournier, but it'll be a throw for Elk River. Marco Zelaya will throw it in here for the Elks, looking to go to Jabori. Knocked down, foul call against Crimson Fournier. And now the whistle sounds. Are we going to see a yellow or just a little stern talking to as Fournier?
I think we're going to have a discussion before he...
Yeah, not going to pull out the card.
But it's pretty clear to the player that that's coming next.
Lillestrand trying to keep that ball alive, knocked out by Guadagno, so a throw here for the Elks. And once again, it'll be cleared out. Another throw coming for Elk River. Into Jabori. Met up with a couple of Crimson players and knocked out of there. Nice job by Jana to trap that one down to himself. The back pass, though, intercepted. Uche stepping up. Now they knock it. Ooh, almost got that one through to Jabori. It was deflected, but still looked like it might make it to him.
Look at Guadagno was right there waiting for him. He knocked it out of the danger area, but they were on the fly that time.
And that kind of indirectly led to their goal initially. Remember he ended up having what looked like was going to be a breakaway, and Fournier hustled back and blocked the shot, but then it still kind of ultimately led to getting a ball in tight where Jabori was knocked down and a foul called in the box, which gave him a penalty kick, which he thus converted.
And that's where we are.
And obviously, folks, you know, that follow soccer, that have played a lot of soccer, know too that you can kind of control a game and find it tough to score. And that's where Maple Grove's at here. I mean, obviously, they've had more shots, more possession time, more connected passes, but and this one's going to be a foul call just outside the box here. As Uche,
I think that was outside the box.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah, I believe so. Yep. Franz was taken down, and it is going to be a yellow card given to Uche.
Boy, it's about 4 inches from the box.
Nice sportsmanship there as he. Yeah, I don't think it was intentional, but he got an awful lot of leg there. So Franz trying to shake off that lower leg injury there as Uche goes out with a yellow card. And it will be a free kick just right at the edge of the box here for the Crimson.
Golden opportunity here if they can get it over or around the wall.
Humphrey will take it.
Yeah, they're only 20 yards out. Yeah, that's the guy you want making this shot. Now Gabori comes back on defense, so they got 10 players back here. Everybody is marking somebody.
They're telling Franz he had to come out. They stopped play for his injury. So now here we go. Humphrey will chip it to the front, and Elk River getting first touch on that one. And now able to volley it ahead. Miller tried to get it in midair but fell, but Crimson still get to it. Knocked around a little bit. Barty coming up to play it, but now it's controlled by Elk River Zelaya. Guadagno jumped in to play it. Jana to the outside. Here's Dunlop. He's back in there.
That's good to see. They need him in there.
Pass behind Humphrey a little bit, but nicely controlled back. Bounces around in front. And the ball stayed in play. No. Goal kick. It must have hit the outside of the net there. It's a little bit hard to tell, and it was kind of an in-betweener. Sizen wasn't sure what he should do with that one either. But it looks like it grazed the outside of the net or the top outside of the goal post. Sub as Franz will come right back in for Maple Grove. Jenna will check out. So good to see that he is not banged up too badly as Franz coming right back in. Out of play it'll go. Throw coming here for Elk River. And in some ways the second half kind of shaping up like the first was.
Yes.
Maple Grove with most of the possession time, completing a lot of passes, but not any opportunities that have been good enough to go in yet. Jabori coming back to meet it. Nice step in there by Irick to break it up, but the Crimson get it right back. And then a re-steal. Oh, and Barty takes it away clean, playing it to the outside. Dunlap drops the pass off and knocked away. It'll be a corner coming up.
That's when you are happy to give up a corner, because they were about to nail that goal in there.
Another look at that. First the clean steal by Barty, and then all of a sudden Elk River was caught back. Dunlap dropping that pass off, but here's the corner kick, comes out front. Swing and a miss, and a shot, and a diving save by Sizen as he robs Connor Fournier. And now we've got an Elk River player, Zelaya, shaken up. And Fournier was frustrated with that one as he got a good look at the net, and he snuck it through traffic and he put it in a good spot low toward the corner, but Sizen just barely getting there. See Fournier using his size to kind of win that ball, and I think he thought that one was going to go in.
Well, it was certainly on its way, but Sizen had other plans for it. Now looking at Zelaya, and he's being helped off. Boy, that's another player you don't want to lose on the Elk River side. He's been the playmaker, getting the ball up to Jabori.
They've been shorthanded a little bit tonight anyway, with some guys that normally would be in their lineup, so obviously the depth factor isn't really in their favor as well, but we'll see. Hopefully Marcos isn't done for the night, but we'll have to see how that shakes out. Uche did come back in, by the way. He had received that yellow card on the tackle that knocked Franz down a few moments ago. Sizen will put his foot to this one. Elk's trying to get it out of there. Anyamale putting pressure on, then Miller was able to block it. His pass, though, didn't quite make it there. Barty looking to Humphrey. Humphrey dropping that pass back toward Barty, but it's going to be Uche getting there first, and now Jabori hustling after it. Fournier able to get his foot on that one and knock it out. It'll be a throw for Elk River. Jabori will trigger it in here, trying to go to Borum. Back out to Jabori. Challenged by Humphrey. It's going to be out off Jabori. Humphrey did a good job of just coming up to meet him. Jenna will come back into the Maple Grove lineup here. Still 1-0 Elk River on a goal on a penalty kick by Amos Jabori, 66 minutes in. And again, if you're just joining us, Elk River, the bottom of the Northwest Suburban, no wins yet. Maple Grove is 7-1-1, but nobody told the Elks that.
I don't think they care about the
right,
about the record. They're just here to have a good time, play their defense.
Here's a chance out front. Jana trying to come through, gets the shot. It's blocked. Second one is stopped by the keeper. Oh, wow.
That was an incredible save. That was a
hard
shot,
a fearless
right
save, too. He came right out to meet that one and
punched it out of there. I couldn't tell if he punched it out or he kicked it out.
Yeah, he had to just kind of fight it off. And a foul call there against Maple Grove. You can kind of see now their sense of urgency is growing. Another look at this one. First shot was blocked by the defender, and then coming out and just taking it in the midsection there was Sison.
That was a great save. That was the save of the game. There were 3 black shirts over there, and then one of them had a clear shot, and it was a sizzler.
Humphrey pushing it up the right side here. Pass deflected, bounces around a little bit. And we get a foul call against Elk River. We'll get a free kick here for Maple Grove. Humphrey will be the player to take the free kick here for the Crimson. He's going to go right at it. And I think he was hoping to catch Sison not ready there. But he was equal to the task there, got to it. Sison sending a rather short ball up again, the wind not in their favor.
Oh, and then
Humphrey running right through Maldonado. See Maple Grove, you know, the frustration and the fear of losing this one may be setting in a little bit for them. Borum knocked down, and now here comes Humphrey receiving that pass up the middle, got it away. Anyamale.
Got the numbers.
Tried to go to Dunlop, ball still loose. Now Dunlop a swing at it, it's loose on the ground. Anyamale gets control, shoots, rebound is loose, and Jana had it knocked away as Sison got back to it.
I think he tripped over Sison and couldn't get a shot off.
Now Dunlop. Look at that great save, and then he just pushed it forward, and Sison got a piece of it and then fell over him. Well, they are getting closer and closer to scoring.
They're knocking on the door, as they say.
I'll say. Humphrey, the corner kick here for Maple Grove, goes low to the short side. Elks got there first. Jabori hustling back there.
Oh, nice move. Another one.
They try to return it to him, but Humphrey there in his way. Now
Wow.
Jabori does get it.
How did Jabori get that?
Great job of staying with it. Now pushed ahead by Lillestrand.
3-on-3 if they can get the ball up to Jabori. Not quite.
Verdano did a good job of getting back and interrupting that one, yeah, because that one had opportunities for the Elks. Now Maple Grove, you can just feel that the tension's rising here. I mean, we've still got quite a bit of time. We're only about halfway through the half, but they're just feeling the urgency to try and get the tying goal, and came very close a couple times here in the last few minutes.
Oh, I can't believe he fell over the keeper. He had a wide open net if he would have been able to stay on his feet.
Anyamale turning with it here for Maple Grove, looking for Franz. Couldn't quite get there though, and it's a throw for Elk River. And it looks like Zelaya coming back in for the Elks, and he does have the ball right now, so that's good to see. A couple guys that we thought were limping pretty heavily have come back into this one for each team. Jabori trying to get around the defender there. Dropped the pass back, but Barty read it and intercepted. It'll be a throw for Maple Grove.
There's now a chance for the Crimson to go back on the offense.
Jana trying to receive that one. It'll be a throw, let's see, Elk River's way. Off the throw in, a shoulder-to-shoulder battle for it there, and then Humphrey pushes it ahead to Dunlop. Maple Grove pushing numbers forward here. Levi Dunlop makes a nice move, then jabbed away. Elks able to get it out of there now, sending it long. Jabori hustling after it.
And still hustling. He was on his way down and was still trying to hit the ball.
Elks wanted a foul call there against Fournier, but do not get it. Barty turning and playing that one ahead. It'll get to Jana. Keba Jana on the move here for the Crimson. Tried to play it through. Uche blocked it. Jana getting it back. Uche again jabbed it loose. Jana cutting it toward the middle. Tried to go to Franz, but that pass was picked off. Zelaya, that's going to be a foul against Zelaya, so we will get a free kick here for Maple Grove. So Humphrey, who just got knocked down, will get up and put his foot to this one. Back out it comes. And then knocked loose again. Zelaya trying to get to it, and he'll lift it high in the air. Miller up for the header. Maldonado playing it into the Crimson half of the field anyway, but right back it comes. Franz. Barty finding some space and knocked away nicely there. Franz looking to push it, but just too many white jerseys around, knocked right back out of there. Uche blocking that one, then they clear, hit a teammate. Here's a follow-up. Ooh, that one deflecting off a foot. Humphrey took a long shot. The initial shot, I don't think it was going to be that dangerous, but then it deflected and changed directions a little bit, and Sison had to react.
And it was bouncing up and down too, so that was not an easy save.
Maple Grove is throwing the kitchen sink at him here down the stretch, but so far not been able to get one in. And this will be a throw for Elk River. Up the line they'll go. And then it's going to be, I believe, a throw here for, it was out, yeah, throw for Maple Grove. Looking to switch fields here. Guardano is going to have to use his keeper. Aldrum's going to have to play it with the feet there, and does so calmly. Miller could not win that battle initially with Zelaya. And a foul call against Maple Grove as Fournier got too aggressive.
Yeah, at that time he got too much contact, draws a foul. Now Elk River with an opportunity for a good set play. Probably trying to get it into the vicinity of Jabori. He's waving his hand. Comes right at the keeper.
Waldrum will come out and grab it up. Swings it nicely up the left side, and Maple Grove on the move. Get it to Jana. Jana looking to drop the pass off for Dunlap. Just didn't connect. So goal kick here.
We've seen that several times in this match when Maple Grove moving the ball down, gets that last pass, and just did not connect. And that time they had the numbers because the Elk River defense had not gotten back yet.
Well, it was interesting too. The coaches before the game talked to us about how much, you know, they've really been preaching share the ball. And there have been a couple times, including that one, where I thought maybe a shot would have been the best opportunity there. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah, I don't know either. Like I said before, at this stage, I wouldn't be surprised if they take a few shots outside 15, 20 yards out.
Corner kick opportunity again for Maple Grove. Humphrey.
Fourth one of this half.
Gets it right into the middle, and the ball bouncing free on the other side. Fournier drops it off. Here's a shot. Ooh, good strike on that one by Teddy Miller. About forehead high and handled by Sison. That had a lot of zip on it.
It certainly did. That was a hard shot, and Sison was right there to take it.
Fournier is going to play it back to his keeper, and Waldrum will come out and drill it right up the middle. Barty dropping the pass back. Here comes Franz, straight up the middle. Drops it to the outside. Dunlop hustling after it. And now a little joust for it. It will be a goal kick. Ooh.
Yeah, that was close.
Crimson didn't like that call. As we get a look at that last opportunity.
Look at this shot right here. This is a sizzler. Boom, and right there. Knocks the ball straight down in front of him. That is first-class goalkeeping.
Knocked upfield here. Jabori, again, the only guy in a white jersey anywhere near it, trying to win that ball. Couldn't quite do it. Barty now playing it to Humphrey. Humphrey getting some space, fires, ooh, and juggled by Sison. But he's able to stay with it and keep control enough that it didn't wind up in another corner kick.
Well, I think he did that with just reaction rather than seeing the ball. I don't think he had a good eye on the ball.
And I tell you, on both ends of the field right now, Sig, it goes from shadow to sun and shadow. I mean, it's tough. I think both keepers potentially could have a little bit of vision issue just probably for the next 5 minutes or so. But
I think you're right.
That's a key time of the game, obviously. Humphrey trying to get past. Now drops the pass back. They'll keep it moving out to the left. And then a turnover. Uche trying to send it upfield, but that one didn't work. Again, like we talked about earlier for the Elks right now, it's kind of a fine line. You don't want to just try and kick the ball out every single time, never trying to pass it, but at the same time, you want to make sure you don't turn it over. Barty's pass broken up. And that's what Maple Grove's hoping to do, just anytime they get it clear, just intercept it right at midfield. Low roller by Dunlop, but that one's going to come right to Raymond Sison, the senior goalkeeper. Boy, he's had himself a heck of a match for the Elks. Got in, a couple times maybe a little fortunate too, but he's played well.
He's played really well. That last two saves were downright remarkable.
Humphrey getting control here for the Crimson. Pushing it ahead, Jana. Now Dunlop. And that back pass broken up, and Sison was a little slow coming off his line there. His defender, Uche, was waiting for him to come out, and I thought for a moment he was going to wait too long.
Got a little bit tense down there.
Knocked to the outside, and now it's really full defensive mode here for Elk River. I mean, it kind of feels like it's going to be a shooting gallery down the stretch. Dunlap couldn't control it, but it was a push against Elk River. So a free kick here for the Crimson. And Humphrey will line it up. About 10.5 minutes to go. Still 1-0 Elk River trying to pull the upset here. Maple Grove coming hard with chances down the stretch. And that header was off.
It's off a defender.
A defender apparently, yep. It's going to be a corner kick way out on the other side. Jana will come out to take it.
That's corner kick number 5 in the second half for the Crimson. They had 1 in the first half.
Jana curving it in. Oh, and it's going in off a defender. Maple Grove's pressure finally pays off. Franz will get the goal here for the Crimson to tie it up.
Boy, it was a long time coming, but they finally had enough pressure. Here comes the corner kick. Ball bobbling right, it's off a defender.
Franz with the header. And it was hard to tell there. It looked like maybe Uche swung and missed entirely on that one. He looked like he was in position to play it, but whether it actually hit him or not, it results in a goal for Franz. So it is evened up at 1 apiece.
So now for Maple Grove, they've tasted blood. Will they get some more?
Here's an opportunity. And it bounces in off the keeper and then back off Anyamale and in. And Maple Grove scoring twice in a matter of about 30 seconds. Shadera Anyamale will get it.
Much to delight of the Crimson fans who are here.
Actually, 19 seconds later, Anyamale, you'll see it goes off the keeper, then off his leg again and in. Well, the complexion of this one sure changed in a hurry here. Maple Grove, you're just thinking eventually one of these got to go in, and not just one, but two. Really not sure what's going on right now. Guadagno is being sent out. I don't know if he maybe had blood or was injured a little bit or whatever, but well, so now Elk River, after protecting the lead for a very long time, now find themselves trailing. Jabori hustling after it and banged out off of Jabori. Boy, Jabori and Fournier have had a lot of battles all game long here. Well, we'll see if Elk River now is able to kind of make that transition of sending a lot of people forward. They've obviously been back defending all game and especially down the stretch. Now they're the team that needs to try and push for a tying goal.
Yeah, and that could prove to be a daunting task because the midfield has been pretty much controlled by Maple Grove the entire game.
Foul call there against the Crimson. Free kick here for Elk River. Austin Eireich will take it. Left-footed, hooks it in. There's Humphrey for the header. And sent long upfield. Kraft with Jana pursuing him.
It was a handball, but he kind of fell on the ball rather than reaching for it. No call.
It'll be a throw here for Maple Grove. Knocked away as Sheard tried to get it back to Dunlop. Maple Grove, I mean, yeah, they'd still like to score more, but at this point, it isn't quite the same as it was before where they really needed to so badly. Sheard out front and a good try there as Anyamale looking for his second straight goal there, looking for the header. Instead, it'll be a goal kick for the Elks.
So I'm going to guess that there's a tremendous amount of relief down on the sideline with the coaching staff, because it was looking pretty grim.
Maple Grove, 2 goals in a 19-second span after they had come very close on several occasions before that. And so they all of a sudden went from 1-0 down to 2-1 ahead. Knocked away. We will get a throw here for Maple Grove. Kept alive there. Nice little move. And then out front to Jana. He'll drop it back. And that shot just up and over the top by Humphrey. And Humphrey is hurt.
Shot on goal there by number 18.
Not what Maple Grove needed late in this one of their leaders. Look, probably right above the shin guard. I think maybe it got, a little like knee to knee hit there. Here's what we've got ahead for you here on CCX.
So that should be an interesting matchup with Elk River here at Maple Grove. We'll be covering that game in just a little bit.
Then their last regular season soccer for us will be with Cooper hosting St. Louis Park. And then we've got the addition of volleyball and football coming up. So Humphrey making his way slowly to the sideline. You kind of figure with this little time that he's probably done for tonight, but the hope is that you'll be able to get him back for the remaining games.
Yeah, just that they're checking the left knee. I think you're right. There's no reason to bring it back in at this stage.
Well, they forgot to restart the clock after that stoppage. Over to Dunlop, dropping the pass back.
Maple Grove sends it back in again. Here's a shot. Nice save by Sison. Maple Grove getting a lot of shots on goal now in the second half. They have 10 already.
Well, Maple Grove, when they were trailing, probably would have been glad that the clock didn't start, but I'd say minimum of 30 seconds ran off.
If not more.
Yeah, I'd say probably even more. So now that they're ahead, they're probably wishing it had started.
Yes.
Barty.
Well, I saw the referee checking his watch, so he's...
Yeah, it's possible he'll make an adjustment, but I think he already would have if he was going to.
Yeah.
Well, he might be coming over now.
Nope, he's not.
No. Oh, and now another injured player, this time in Elk, as Parker Mathewson goes down. And they'll stop it for his injury. Seems like a lot of these have been kind of the same type of thing, where right as a kick's coming,
somebody runs into him.
runs into him, and it's been both sides and not malicious on any of them, really, I don't think. But now Dunlop is hobbling off too. He's going to take a seat right along the edge. So just when they thought they were going to get back to play, Dunlop is going to hobble his way off to the bench.
That's twice he's come out.
Isaiah Silver coming in to replace him. Knocked around here and controlled. Now Silver receiving that pass. Jenna tried to go back, a little back heel pass there by Franz, but cleared away. Played ahead here. Interesting that Jabori was not really up front. He's in more of a midfield spot now.
Yeah, he's in the midfield area.
Jenna.
Maybe they brought him back into as a center mid to be on more defensive.
Back for Jenna. And a collision there, and Jenna won the collision, and now another player down. They're dropping like flies down the stretch here.
Is that Jabori?
Yeah,
I thought I saw him.
Yeah,
I thought I saw him slipping back on defense. I think that's him there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And I think it looks like a head-to-head collision. Oh no, the elbow got up, and elbow or forearm caught him in the face there.
Been a lot of bodies on the field the last 5-6 minutes. And some of them have been repeat injuries.
Yeah, and most of them have been lower leg, but that time definitely got one right in probably the nose, it looked like.
Yeah, he looks a little bit dazed. Well, he's sitting up. We'll see what they try to do with him.
Well, I was wrong. Humphrey is coming back into the game for Maple Grove as well.
Wow.
Jabori.
Well, he's not quite with it, is he?
Yeah, that one hurt.
So he's going to go to the sideline and try and shake that off. But then again, you know, would you want to take that risk this late in the game to get him more injured?
Certainly been one of the best players in the game for Elk River, and he had their goal on that penalty kick.
Without doubt.
I think you'd maybe give him and Sizen the co-players of the game.
Yes.
Sizen, you know, looking like he may end up losing this one, but he had a heck of a game in net.
Absolutely a wonderful game. He made some incredible saves. He kept them in it for quite a while until all of a sudden Maple Grove exploded for 2 unanswered goals within 19 seconds.
Jana dropping it off there. Now the pass will come back here to Kebajana. Outside for Sheard. Try to get it to Franz, intercepted by Kraft. Miller stepping up to break that one up. Humphrey dropping it to Jana. And then a nice little return. You can just see the difference for Maple Grove right now. They want to score still, but it isn't quite the
intensity?
Yeah, the urgency that they had when they were trailing it. Sheard sending it ahead. Franz in tight with it. Franz drops a pass off and a goal. Well, there's that unselfish play we talked about. Anyamale will get the goal after Franz dropped it off to him. Second in a row for Chidera Anyamale. And it's 3-1 Crimson. See Franz, he's in real tight there and just drops it back and boom. And all game long, this was some of what they were trying to do, and just always something would go wrong.
Right.
And now all of a sudden they put 3 on the board late. So the sophomore setting up the senior, Chidera Anyamale, getting his second goal of the night, and it's a 3-1 lead for, boy, people are going to end up looking at the score sig and think like, well, Maple Grove took care of business, but it wasn't like that for much of the night. They trailed it.
Not at all.
I do think it's a good, I don't even mean like a wake-up call, like they weren't trying hard enough or anything like that. I just mean I think it was good to have to face a team that was, you know, playing all defense, and
yes.
How do you solve it? What do you do to keep working and not, you know, kind of hang your head and just keep working to get chances?
Yeah, it's a good learning experience because they were clearly frustrated going into this, well, actually the second half of this half.
Yeah, there was a time when it was kind of had the feel that maybe it just was never going to happen for them. There's a turnover, but that one didn't have much on it. Rolled over to Waldrum. Jenna with all kinds of space coming upfield here. Drops it to Barty. The return was knocked away. Cleared off the field there. It'll be a throw for Maple Grove. Again, the Crimson 1 game left at Andover, a tough opponent next week. And for Elk River, they've got a home game against Osseo, the other team that was kind of locked in at the bottom of the conference with them. Overall, I mean, it's going to end up being a loss, but I think overall pretty impressive performance by Elk River considering that they're playing one of the best teams in the league.
Oh, yeah, undoubtedly. They played a really good game. A lot of defense, and those defensive players have got to be exhausted by now because they've been running around all over the field.
free kick here for the Crimson as they maybe look to add even one more down the stretch here. Franz hooking it, and the header will go wide. It's a goal kick.
Under a minute to play in the match. Outcome doesn't seem to be in doubt. Maple Grove is going to be walking away with this one, but they're going to be talking about this one in the locker room, about how they were so contained by this Elk River defense for most of the match.
Yeah, it's kind of an all's well that ends well night for Maple Grove. There was definitely some frustration, and I'm sure they will tell you that we didn't play, our best match or even close to it, but they stuck with it and just kept generating chances and able to get the comeback win. So congratulations to the Crimson, 8th victory of this shortened season here, and also congratulations Elk River playing a better game than maybe what their record would indicate that we might see, and they had the lead for a long stretch before the Crimson getting 3 goals late, 2 of them by number 15 there, Chidera Anyamele for Maple Grove. So Maple Grove winning it by a score of 3-1. Stay tuned for the girls game as well here on CCX. Hope you've enjoyed this one. It was entertaining. For Sig Ligry and all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Maple Grove defeats Elk River 3-1 in the boys contest.
CCX Media. We are your connected community experience.